You suck, your business sucks, and you'll never be successful. How many people paid you $5,000? You ever lied to anybody? Okay, real quick. Anything you see in here? It's over, bro. What's your belief system? You're married, yes, to a woman, or you let your wife wear pants? When I ask you for something and you don't give it to me, are you knowing that you're lying to me?
Lying?
You cannot move being this comfortable. But you be in the crib and your drawers just like, hey, yo. My job is to make you fail. My job is to make you quit. My job is to make you cry. But if you survive it, success is on the other side. You started a nonprofit because you actually want to help some people.
I actually want to help people.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If you really wanted to help people, you'd be helping people. How you doing?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah. Happy to be here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy you're here, actually. So tell me what you, first, say your name and what you do.
My name is Chantel, 23-year-old aspiring entrepreneur from Jersey, and I run a youth nonprofit working to help change the narrative of youth and urban communities through social and emotional learning.
When you say you run a youth nonprofit, what do you mean?
Working to basically like mentor kids, helping them see their own potential and that they're not just like, you don't just got to be a product of your environment, that there's a lot more to you.
How many kids you got?
Right now, none.
So you say you run the nonprofit, is it a business?
Yes. I do like, I haven't been able to like bring kids together, but I was doing a lot of my work in the school that I worked at. So I was like, I have a mentoring curriculum that I put together that I've like run with the kids in the school that I work, but none that are actually like associated with the nonprofit specifically.
You work for a nonprofit?
I do.
And you have your own nonprofit?
Yes.
But all the nonprofit stuff that you do is for the one you work for?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yes or somewhat?
I do stuff for my nonprofit also, but it's not specifically like the mentoring and stuff. I do like events. I've done like food drives. I'm having a skating event for like school supply giveaway, stuff like that. But
where you get the money from?
Myself.
So you never got grants or anything?
No.
Got it. Why'd you decide to run a nonprofit?
I see the problem, and I know a lot of people like talk about it. I'm really like solution based. So I see people talk about the problems. The kids don't have this, they don't have that. This is wrong with them. They this, they that. But nobody is like doing anything, and that was like an issue for me. So it's like, all right, like, what are you going to do? How are you going to like help them?
And how do you plan on helping them?
Through mentoring. I plan to put together like...
Hold on. Have you thought this out?
Yes. I just don't know exactly like which lane I need to take and what exactly I need to be doing to like make it happen.
How long have you run this? When did you start this nonprofit?
2019.
So 4 years.
Yeah.
And you have no plan.
I have a plan.
What's the plan?
To build out an after-school program where they can come work through the mentoring curriculum that I put together. And yeah.
So how are we going to do that?
I don't know.
We have no plan. You have an idea. Mm-hmm. But remember, I was like, oh, so for 4 years you don't have a plan. You said, I do have a plan. And you described the idea, but you didn't tell me a plan. You said you want people to go through the curriculum that you created, but there's no plan on getting the after-school program going.
I have connections. So through the nonprofit that I work at now, it provides me with a lot of connections.
Yes.
So I plan to like work with one of the schools that I have connections to like get the program into their schools and then start running it like that.
So for 4 years, this makes it even worse because for 4 years, you've been wanting to do this and you have the connections, but for some reason, you're not doing anything with the connections.
So I just got the connections this year. It's a 2-year program that I work with.
Got it.
So I just finished it this last month.
I don't even believe that you were actually going to do anything with the connection before this conversation. But for 4 years, we've been running this nonprofit. It doesn't have any kids. It's an idea. And I'm wondering, are you doing the nonprofit because it seems like a good idea, or you're doing the nonprofit? You started a nonprofit because you actually want to help some people.
I actually want to help people.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If you really wanted to help people, you'd be helping people. Right now, you're not really helping people. Not much.
Okay. I would disagree, but.
Would you?
Yeah.
You're not mentoring anybody. And the whole nonprofit is about mentoring kids.
I mentor a lot of kids through like the other
Your job.
Yes.
So you work your job. So you got the job to help people. Yeah. But you have your own nonprofit to say you have a nonprofit. But you can't mix. You can't say, oh, well, because I get paid to help these kids over here, I'm going to help these kids. But when it comes to my nonprofit, I'm not really going to go hard to help nobody. That's what I didn't lie just now, did I? That's how it can appear. Mm-hmm. I'll help kids when I can get paid for it. You're helping them through your job. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to your nonprofit, we're not helping anybody.
So I think my struggle is putting myself out there to even like find the kids to help. Like I'm willing to help.
Where are the kids at that you want to help?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You started a nonprofit, and I get it. You just didn't have a plan for the 4 years, but you don't even know where the people are that you want to help, which means you probably don't know how to help them either. But I don't believe that you don't know where the kids are that you want to help. I can't accept that. Mm-hmm. Let me ask an easier question. Where are kids in your city? If you say, I don't know, we're going to have a problem.
I know, like, schools, I could, I guess, go out and just, like, parks, find people, parents, kids.
Oh, so you know where the kids are. They're at schools, parks, with their parents, wherever their parents are. So you know for sure, and especially because you have the connections with a nonprofit, with a school, you know the kids are in the school. Mm-hmm. So these kids that are in the school that you want to help, do you know what you want to help them with? What do they need help with?
Social and emotional skills. So like managing emotions, dealing with various situations. Mm-hmm.
The kids in the schools that you're thinking about, are they dealing with those issues?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you lied to me. Because you told me that you didn't know where these kids are. I said, where's the kids you want to help? You said, I don't know. And that's not true, because you know exactly where the kids are that deal with this issue. You didn't tell me the truth. Is that correct? Yeah. That's correct assessment.
Yeah.
So you know where they are, you know what you know what they're dealing with, and you have a curriculum that can help these kids, correct? Mm-hmm. Which means you only help people when you're getting paid for it. Because it's not like you don't know where they're at. It's not like you don't have the solution to their problem. But you know where they're at, and you have the solution, but you refuse to go help them. Unless you're getting paid from your job. Are you selfish?
No, I'm not.
Seems like it.
No.
Seems like the people who you may feel you want to help somebody that's on the street. You walk by, something in your heart says, yo, I got $10 in my pocket. I just bought this food. I didn't even touch it. I want to give that person the $10 and the food. Would you do that?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it right now because nobody's here to put it on my Instagram.
Nah.
I'm just saying it's what it seems like.
Okay.
Because you could just give the person the money and the food. Mm-hmm. But if nobody's watching, I'm not going to do it. You could go help the kids, but because I'm not getting paid on my job, I'm not doing that.
I think I overcomplicate things.
Tell me more.
When you saying it seems so like simple. Like just do it.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking about it, it's like, all right, I got the money and the food, but he's like talking to somebody else, or he's like, doing whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, how can I like I don't know. I feel like there's so many other steps when I know it's like, all right, just go hand it to him.
Yeah. I think it's more in your head than it is in your heart. In terms of your willingness or your wanting to help. If it's in your heart, let's say for instance, one of your best friends need help. You have a best friend?
Yeah.
What's your best friend's name?
Jella.
Jella?
Yeah.
How you spell that?
Jella.
Jella, okay. That a real name or a nickname?
A nickname, Najella. Jella.
It's a pretty cool name, actually. Jella needs help on the other side of town. Mm-hmm. You don't have a car. Mm-hmm. You're not in your head, oh man, I just don't know how I'm going to do it. Like Jella really needs help. Mm-hmm. How long is it going to take you to get to her?
However long away she is, car ride, 5 minutes.
You're going to figure that thing out, right? Because that's not logic thinking, okay, well, how much help does she really need? Or how much time is it going to take? Okay, let me wait until traffic dies down. That's the details of, okay, I need to figure out how to accomplish something. When it's in your heart, I'm going. Yeah. Nothing's going to stop me from going. I don't have like logistics lined up for like when I go to school, so I haven't done it in the last 2 years because of the pandemic, and maybe because I don't care that much. And it's not really in my heart, because if I really wanted to, I would have. But before, I just loved teaching entrepreneurship. I just walk in school. There was some schools we went to, nobody could figure out who set up the school while we're there. Like, I went to the front desk one time, lady said, well, who invited you? And I was talking to the young lady who normally set up the school tours. She says, I can't find out who I talked to. The admin couldn't figure out who he talked. The lady in the front's like, yo, let me go get the assistant principal. And the assistant principal couldn't figure out why we're in these. Now, you got to imagine, we're all in the front desk. It's probably 10 of us, all in the front office. Nobody knows why we're here. But we're expecting to come teach the kids entrepreneurship. And I say to the lady, okay, I understand. Nobody can confirm this appointment. But just give me a classroom. Just give me a classroom. Let me just find a business teacher. We got some accomplished people here. Let us just go talk to them. And they let us talk. We just went. It wasn't like trying to think about the red tape, which there should have been some red tape. So people can just go in your school and talk to your kids. I was a little uncomfortable after I left. Like, dang, they just let us in. But it needs to go from your head to your heart. Because when it's in your heart, you go. But because it's not in your heart yet, maybe not. You might care about yourself more than you think. Because it's more comfortable to not do anything.
Yeah.
So what do we do after this conversation?
Go put the kids together. Bring the kids together.
Are you?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah. Like I said, I think you've made it a lot simpler.
Yeah. Go help somebody. Here's what's cool too. It don't even take no money because you already have the curriculum. If you were to go to a bunch of schools and tell them your idea, tell them your concept, I'm sure they want their kids to be doing something outside of going home after school. But the people in the school, they don't want to stay there, obviously. But there are going to be some programs that the kids are there already. We might as well do something good. So if you're saying I'm going to go in with this curriculum and I'm going to teach the kids and I'm going to help the kids, if you help the kids, now you can take that to somebody and say, well, I've been helping these kids already. Give me money to continue this work. That's what a nonprofit is all about. Mm-hmm. Making change. It's not get the money, then help. Most nonprofits that really have a heart for people go do the work, and then someone gives them money because of the work they've done already. But I think you're going to do something really, really special once you really, really when you get out of your own way, you're not so focused on your own comfortability, right, and you really want to go help these kids. Because there's some kids that are dying because you're not helping them.
Yeah. So do you think I should put a hold on the other events? Because I realized I put events I put events together, but they're not like geared towards what I'm actually trying to do. So should I put a pause on like the food drives and the book bag drives and stuff like that and just focus on getting into the schools and working with the kids, or should I continue to do that and like do both? Or
You could do them both. You could do them work. You can do them both. There are summer schools going on right now. School's going to be in just a little bit, right? It's coming back. Well, I don't know. Up north, they go back September, right?
yeah.
Well, there's summer school. There's kids. There's summer camps. There's all kind of stuff going on right now. Mm-hmm. So when you go home, especially because you're off for the summer from your job, right? Just out of curiosity, what do you do when you're home? Because you came down to Atlanta for 3 weeks to just kick it. If you're at home, what would you be doing?
I like to read. I watch like content and stuff. I do photography also, videography. Yeah.
Man, selfish. You love you.
That's crazy.
You got this nonprofit and this curriculum, and kids are dying, both physically and emotionally, because you have something that you refuse to give to these kids. And it's not like you don't have a whole lot of time, because you got time. Am I right?
Yeah.
You got time. Give a little bit of time to these kids, so you can like feel proud next time I talk and I call you selfish. You say, nah, look what I be doing with my free time. Look at all the people that I'm helping. I did it for the first 6 months and nobody gave me any money, but eventually somebody came and we were able to expand the brand, but I was gonna do this anyway, whether somebody came or not. That's the conversation I wanna have with you next time I see you.
Okay.
No more being selfish?
No.
No more being selfish? Okay, just tell me I will no longer be selfish.
I will no longer be selfish.
I'm just glad that you owned it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Appreciate it.
You just watched this whole episode. If you like this episode, watch this one right here. Click right here. You're going to like this one if you like the one you just watched.